You can just be another brick in the wall, or you can be the wall itself. Let's take to the streets today and find out how this graffiti artist has galvanized the entire country and the world with his art. Today with me is Zake. Zake, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Danish.
I want to begin by asking you, tell me, did you drop paint on your own head?
Ah. I actually use it as a brush sometimes.
Man, I was looking up graffiti and I figured that in the 1970s, it was this huge sort of problem in New York, in Philadelphia. And I figured it's always existed through history. But for some reason, it's associated with vandalism. Do you think that's true?
Yes, I mean, the essence of graffiti lies in vandalism. It's more like I want to draw what I saw, like earlier in in the old times when people didn't really know it was graffiti, like say for example, like Neanderthal man, he saw a great animal and he's like, oh shit, what do I do? How do I express? He picked up a stone and started like chiseling out and, writing on the wall. And that's like the real essence of graffiti. It's basically like a form of communication, like I want to tell you that or the other people that, hey, I saw something or I want to say something basically. And then this is the graffiti of modern times when it came out of people wanting to say things because there was no law and order as such, like around that time when graffiti began in the States, like in New York. There was hobo culture also where like all these homeless people, there was like this big depression and everybody was trying to make money or just like begging and stuff, so there were like signs and symbols that they used to write on the walls for other people to know that, hey, either jaake you can beg there or you'll get food at this place, or
Wow.
so it's a form of communication and has always been. It's just that now there is a modern twist to it and now it's become an art form, like
It has.
it has changed from just being a writing on the wall. So it definitely, like, vandalism has that essence, like but yeah, it's both ways,
So Zeke, it's interesting, right? I mean, we speak about how you saw something, you wanted to capture it, so you did it wherever you found a canvas. The world is your canvas, essentially. I've also realized, I know that I use the word vandalism, which is almost, it has a negative connotation to it. But there is so much social commentary through graffiti. Let's start with you as a child, right? Drawing, painting, visual arts. How did it kind of get to you? Where did you start from?
So I used to live in a slum, okay, and it used to be the most undesirable place for me, like I used to be like, why am here, or why God gave me this place, like, I want to get out of this place, or what is. But the only expression I found through is art, and nobody told me that there was a positive angle to it, that I can make a career out of it, or this is something that can really like make my life. But I was still doing it, without knowing that, hey, this can be something in the future. That was my only expression. And as a child also, like my parents were not like, they were outside. They were like, I used to live with my grandparents a lot, they were the main, like, so I was a free kid, because I was like, "Arey, inko kya pata chal raha hai?" Just go out and do whatever I want. So eventually I got internet in my life, and then it changed my life completely, because I got introduced to hip hop. And when I got introduced to hip hop, a little, like, a child coming from a slum listening to Eminem changes a lot, because that expression, that freedom, I wouldn't find, like, I've seen a lot of, like, in my slums, like, I've seen domestic violence, I've seen, I myself have been, like, abused, like, verbally, and, beaten up, like, almost getting, like, cut by a blade, and almost, stolen money and this and that. So I was trying to, like, come out of, a situation, but I wasn't that person, I didn't want to give that violence back, or I didn't want to give it back, but I wanted to have a better life or something, you know. I just wanted an escape. And when I heard this, when I heard all these rappers and everything, I was like, oh my god, I can't rap maybe, but I can do that graffiti on the wall, you know, at behind.
That's there in a song.
Yeah, that's there in the video.
Wow.
So that's when I started to fantasize. I didn't even know like how to start because nobody else was doing graffiti in India.
Right.
So I started to just draw on paper first, and then eventually when things like start getting better, like
Wait, so your grandparents are okay with you drawing on paper?
Yeah, I mean, I was literally not. Yeah, they were okay with me drawing on paper.
Hold on, because we're talking about a very different generation right now, and you're a guy who catches a random wall and starts painting on it.
Yeah.
If you had done that inside the house, would they have been okay? If you had just started painting on a wall?
Yeah, because they were my grandparents. Yeah, they were like always supportive. You know, they were like,
okay,
all your grandparents are supportive, right? They are always.
Wish I could say the same about mine.
I mean,
I was sent out of the house for doing
loving.
I was sent out of the house for drawing like mountains and that bird that's like that. I was so bad. They said you should just leave.
I was bad too. It's not like I was naturally gifted or anything.
Right.
I was bad too, but even when I used to sneak out of the house and go paint outside, never did I. They told me that, you know, like, don't do this. I was always like, I'll take care of myself. You know, I am responsible for my actions, so I will take care of myself.
Right.
You don't have to worry about.
Right.
But then, yeah, my parents, like my father and all, they had different dreams for me. Like, my father wanted me to be an engineer, so then I joined like my 11th and 12th in science.
You did what? Physics, chemistry, maths, biology?
all that, you know. And I terribly, like, almost I was going to flunk, and
you didn't fail, but
I didn't fail because I copied like very nicely. I could.
Was the guy in front of you doing graffiti on his paper?
I was so good at impressionism. I could like copy exact what you're writing, you know. Like,
lovely. Oh, you're an artist.
Yeah, I'm an artist.
So essentially the guy correcting your answer papers got 2 sheets that almost looked identical even with the handwriting.
Yeah, maybe. Right? I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I also drew a Jesus because that was the only thing hanging there that I could draw.
Yeah.
So I drew like Jesus in my maths paper, and I'm like, why am I drawing Jesus?
That's fine.
And then, you know,
God saves us all.
But God saved me. Yeah, and I literally got out of that college, and finally I had a decision to make, and I met this random dude like from my school that I never spoke to. And he was like, hey, you know, I'm doing art. So I was like, what is this art and all, you know, like.
So you met this guy. Where did you meet this random guy?
Just randomly on the street when I was lost and I was just walking.
So this guy is lost too.
And
describe it. So you're walking. There's one more lost guy.
No, I think he wasn't lost. He was just going home. But I was lost. But I met him and I asked him like.
How did you bump into each other?
Yeah, just bump into each other like he was in college.
Wait, did books fall? Did paintbrushes fall?
Nothing like that. Nothing like that happened.
Okay.
I was like, hey, what's up? You know, like.
This random guy you never spoken to.
Never spoken, but he was from my school.
Was he cool?
No, he wasn't cool.
Were you the cool kid?
I wasn't cool either. You know, we were both.
Okay,
uncool.
So just 2 losers meeting each other.
Losers, full loser. But he had more knowledge about art.
So wait, so he said, I want to be an artist.
Yeah, because his father was a very renowned artist, in fact, which I came to know later.
What art did
he used to do illustrations. Yeah, so he was a very good illustrator, and he was a cartoonist of the year and all of that, which I came to know later. Yeah, in the newspaper.
Wow.
But which I came to know later.
Yeah.
The only question running in my mind at the moment was, am I going to make money out of this? And I asked him to say, hey bro, मेरे को job मिलेगा क्या? तो बोलता हाँ job मिलता है ना यार, ऐसा कुछ सीन नहीं,
बाप को मिला तो
हाँ, but मेरे को थोड़ी पता था कि मेरे को drawing करके job मिलेगा. I didn't know that drawing had application. You know, because everybody always told me, hey, you know, artist life is very difficult. You have to paint and then wait for your painting to sell. फिर उसने बोला था वाला चल ये let's try this. At least I don't have to solve problems and remember trigonometry, sine, cos, theta, and whatever. So I joined like foundation course in like which was related to art, but that also was like a ticket for me to like
what
go
college
free.
Was this?
Like,
did you go to one of those like so I'm from Bangalore and we have a school there called Chitrakala Parishad.
Yeah.
CKP is the
the
OG,
original,
the OG art school. And then, of course, there's Srishti.
Similar to that, but
where did you go?
I went to Model Art Institute, big up model, and Raheja School of Arts, which I was more. I joined a course which was applied arts, so it was more about designing stuff and this, which I was really not interested in, but job milega. So but then I was interested in more like making paintings. But yeah, that's what I said. Like after when I got into that, I really didn't go to college because I was more interested in graffiti. I was like, oh, this is a ticket for me to do graffiti now because I'm an artist. So agar koi pakadta bhi hai cops, so I can tell them, yo, art college,
Right.
Just flash my ID. तुम flash कर रहे हो अपना ID, मैं भी flash कर रहा कि भाई art college से हूँ मैं.
Right. So you met this lost guy, loser kid.
Yeah.
He told you about his dad, and then you went to art school.
Yeah.
Okay. Now wait, we'll go back. Okay. I want to go back again.
Yeah.
So you were drawing on paper.
Yeah.
Your grandparents were supportive. Was your drawing or was your art celebrated in the colony that you grew up in?
No, not at all. I didn't draw at home that much. Maybe I would have, but I don't remember because it's not something that was like nobody spoke about it, or I didn't know that
it was celebrated.
Yeah, no, it wasn't celebrated at all. Like actually on paper, I like when I realized that hey, I can draw is when on 26th July. My house was filled with 8 feet water, and and we used to live like one, there was 2 rooms, like one above the other. So we were stranded on the upper ka area.
Right.
And that's when I opened my old drawing books, and obviously there was no technology working, nothing was working, no light, nothing,
So 26th of July, do you remember the year? No.
2009, yeah.
2009.
Yeah, when the floods had happened, and that's when I actually drew stuff, like I was like, okay, I can draw, maybe I tried to impress, tried impressionism, tried to copy stuff. I was like, yeah, man, it's just, somehow natural to me. And I was an obsessive learner. Till now, I learn very obsessively if I need to learn something. So I always thought art is in me and everything is just a tool. That's why I even explored. And
what a good way for me to segue into something. It doesn't matter how deep you are in waters. Just do what floats your boat. That's what this podcast is about.
Come on.
Cool. So you've now gone to art school.
Yeah.
And you've started learning applied arts. You're doing impressionism, which is great. And now you've started creating your own stuff.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first graffiti you did?
Yes.
What was it?
So after I joined my art school, that's when I actually started doing graffiti. But before that, I saw a couple of documentaries, and there was this one documentary of Banksy, the famous artist. Of course, everybody knows about Banksy. And he used to cut stencils, and and I was much of a freehand drawing guy. So I cut the stencil, and I still remember it was Baba Sahib Ambedkar Jayanti or something.
Right.
And as a kid, I was very sad. I had a troubled childhood sort of. So I painted this sad kid, who was sitting like this, just looking down, and I cut the whole stencil, and I went and I painted it.
Where?
On the highway, just around my house.
Okay, hold on, wait. So do you just randomly find a wall and start painting it? Because we live in a country where if you
that day I told you, it was
people have punctured my car for parking in front of their house. You're talking about making a painting on their wall.
Yeah, but graffiti had rules, and when I watched these documentaries, I realized that hey, everything needs to be painted on government walls and not.
Hold on. Okay. Wait, this is very interesting, right? Because look, there's a young generation following this podcast now.
Yes.
There are people who consider you their hero.
Yes.
You don't want somebody going up to a random Sheila apartment and painting their wall.
Of course.
You could do that if they paid you for refurbishing. Otherwise, don't do it.
Yes.
Where can you do graffiti? Where can you not do graffiti?
The
rules.
Rules. The fact that India has walls that are not taken care of, and there is thug graffiti 7-8 feet above sea level, whatever. Like, it's.
Did you just say
it's
thug graffiti?
Yeah, thug graffiti.
Like
Yes.
the red paint.
Yeah.
Huh.
Thuking from BST, like double deckers. Like
Yes.
they are fucking spitting from a double decker.
Yes.
So imagine it's like above your height, like,
Yeah.
So I am doing a better job, by painting it. Then, so that it becomes semi-legal. That's what I call it, semi-legal.
Okay.
Like, it's like, you not done your job, I am doing your job.
How did you find out? Because
But that came later. Yeah, of course, that came
now
later.
you know where you can paint.
Yeah.
Now you know.
Yes. See,
Back
you
in
don't.
the day,
It's
you
not
just-
against the people. People have to understand. Like, artists have to understand graffiti art. It's not against the people. We are not against like normal citizens. It's just that we want to express us. So I don't want to paint on cars, or I don't want to paint
Correct.
unless there is permission. I don't want to piss people off because they are my they are who consume my art. Like,
Because you appreciate.
yeah, I don't want to, like, when you paint on a government wall, it's much more accepted also. Like,
And are they okay with it?
yeah.
Wow. Because the reason I'm asking if they're okay with it is because through this conversation, I just have immense respect for these guys as well. Because mind you,
Yeah.
you know graffiti.
Yeah.
They don't know graffiti. I'm getting to this because for me, what I love about this is you've grown. And mind you, they've grown with you.
Yeah. Yes, definitely.
Right? And
definitely.
that's mad appreciation for them.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
Now come, let's go back to the sad boy, the stencil. Where did you
Yeah.
draw this?
Yeah, I drew it like in my hood in Santa Cruz. And
Santa Cruz is a hood.
Yeah. In my Santa Cruz East, Wakola represent 55, and
Oh, there
and
Fraser Town, Cindy Colony, Bengaluru represent. We're not really
come
a
on, you
hood.
should come on. Yeah.
No, we're not a
Represent
hood.
No.
We have a bakery called Tom's Bakery that makes
Acha.
egg puffs. Please, it's not a hood. There's nothing dangerous about that. This is regular people.
Anyways,
Okay. Your area is a
yeah,
hood.
Okay.
So you picked a wall.
I picked a wall and I painted it
Was it a
on Baba Sahib Ambedkar Jayanti because
Lovely.
no cops were there. Okay, they are all gone to Dadar for the big celebration. So I was like, oh, this is the right time to go out and do
Right.
stuff, and nobody is gonna catch you.
Right.
I went and I painted the boy. I came across the street and I'm like, oh fuck, this guy
How long
is
did it take
so
you to...
small,
Okay.
Yeah, like literally it was like this small, and I cut the stencil like full night. And that's when I was
But
like,
was it a small boy or was it the painting
it was
that
a
became
small,
small?
but the painting was small. The scale was small for
Oh,
me.
got it.
That across the street, I was like, oh my god, I don't want to do this. I want to paint freely. I want to express myself, like, and it's more like movement and dance, and
Yeah.
than just being a stencil cut. And that's why I moved to spray cans, and that was also spray can, but more like freehand
Did you have
drawing.
an audience watching you while you painted it?
No, I had a friend who just randomly joined me on the street, like because if
The
I
same
would
guy
no,
who met-
it
no.
was just random guy on the
Again,
street. He's like,
random
"Hey, किधर
guy."
जा रहा है?" I was like, मैं पेंट करने जा रहा हूँ, एक ग्राफिटी देखना आ रहा है क्या? चल जाते so he just stood.
Did he know
near.
what graffiti meant?
No, he just he's like, oh, let's destroy shit, like.
That guy's still friends with you?
Yeah.
Is he your manager now? Interesting. Okay, so you made this lovely painting of
Yeah.
a young boy who's
Yeah.
sad,
Yeah.
representing all the times that
Yeah.
you've probably lived
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
But you weren't happy with the size. Cops were away.
Yeah.
You went across the street.
Yeah.
And then what?
And then I saw it, and I was happy but sad at the same time because it wasn't that big.
Got it.
Yeah. Then I switched to doing freehand. Like,
No, wait. Did you go away home then?
yeah, I went home. I took a picture and I went home.
Now
Yeah.
let's talk about the next day when the cops came back.
Huh.
Was your name signed under it?
No, but my name was signed under it, but I had a different name other than Zake.
What was your name then?
I used to write crime. I used to write crime. Yeah.
Oh, you sound
Crime
like a
was
guy. You sound like all my bad email IDs that I made as a child. Crimeboys16 at hotmail.com.
Yeah, I mean, I was like,
So
oh,
you
I'm
were a-
doing a crime, so I'll name myself crime.
So you're a
that's it.
walking, talking bad
Yeah.
email ID
Yeah,
at that point.
Yes.
Why did you call yourself crime? But you made such a sweet picture.
Because I like how graffiti had that negative connotation
Okay.
to it. So I was like, okay, that negative name would probably stand out from like other thing. Like,
So
I don't want to name myself like good boy or whatever, just
Yeah.
it has to be badass, because I'm doing something bad. So I was like crime.
Crime. Okay, so you did this graffiti. You named it crime. You went home.
Yeah.
Then what happened? Did the cops come looking for you?
No, not like it was just a small like needle in a haystack situation. So obviously it just went unseen. Like hardly anyone even knows about it. I mean, like people who saw, and it was dark.
Did you get appreciation then?
No, I didn't at all. Like
But must have been a
because there was no
huge-
social media also. So I wasn't that guy who started because I want to be cool and this and that. It just began because of I wanted to express. I just
Correct.
wanted to go and do stuff so that I can feel good. I can feel like, I am actually doing something, like for myself, then putting it out. And there was no social media at all.
So, this is literally the first stroke of a brush
Yeah.
to this beautiful picture that your life is now,
Yes.
right?
Yes,
This little boy,
yes.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It gave you a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
So from here you moved to another wall, did you? What happened after that?
Yeah. After that, a couple of years, I mean, I was still contemplating, right? And I was in art school. So it wasn't like every day I was getting up and doing stuff, because paint's expensive, it's like money.
How
like,
expensive are paints? Just give us an idea.
The earlier when I used to buy the spray cans, they were local spray cans. They were for like $200.
I'm curious about
Yeah,
something.
I stole it.
Okay, that's... I figured with the name crime you had to do something wrong, so you stole paints.
Yeah.
That's fine. No, but my question to you is, you said there were spray cans available,
Yeah.
but there was nobody before you doing graffiti. Am I right?
Yeah.
So why would they
No,
selling
these
spray
were
cans?
normal spray cans. No, these
The
were
ones that they use
for
on-
automotive.
Ah,
Yeah, these were
got it.
automotive spray cans.
So
They
your
were not
colour
graffiti spray cans.
And
know that?
what were your color options then?
Nothing
few.
black. Yeah.
That's why you drew that child in
Yeah.
dark.
Yeah. It was black. And
Wow.
Banksy's whole art was black and white. So I didn't really know how to source other kind of like graffiti cans
Yes.
and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, this is what I can do. So I started doing that. Like how Tyler does, like black
That's-
and white,
That's beautiful. What a
Yeah.
story of why you did the first painting.
Yeah.
Black, lovely.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was your first big painting?
The way that I got widely known in the circle of hip hop and all these like subculture movement is when I painted a train. And there was a 2-page Mumbai article in the Mumbai Mirror.
Where did you do this train?
Saying that it was in Andheri. It was in Andheri.
Say it. Why?
Yeah.
Why Andheri? Andheri
It's my
now-
spot, bro. So, anyways.
Oh, you can say Andheri,
Yeah,
right?
it was in Andheri somewhere in the yards. And I went there and I saw that graffiti artists are painting on trains so that they can travel. It's like a moving canvas,
Right.
and then it can communicate with other artists that around the
Wow.
city,
So you painted a train?
Yeah,
A
I
box?
painted a train box, yeah, the
A container.
compartment,
A
yeah. Yeah, so
What did you do?
I wrote crime in like whatever the typographical way that we write.
On
and-
that box?
Yeah, on that box, just some design. And there was another French artist I went with.
Again, government property.
Yeah, government.
And they were okay with it.
No, that's
What happened? Tell us the story then.
So there's an article called "Now Graffiti Gangs Deface Local Trains." Before that, I was also like vandalizing. I told you it came out of expression, and that expression was destruction.
One second. When he says vandalizing, he means he goes and paints on a wall and
Yeah.
makes it look nice. It's not like he's taking a stick and going and breaking
Yeah,
a
but-
park bench.
Yeah, it's not that.
He's not a moron.
Yeah.
He's an artist.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
So it's more like writing my name,
I would be the guy vandalizing a park bench. So that's why I don't enter parks. But yeah, okay. Go on.
It was more like writing your own name so that people know
Like
that
in
you
bathrooms
exist.
and all that.
Similar, but outside.
You know they
yeah,
write,
yeah,
like,
yeah. Similar, but this was with
Call
intention,
me
right?
bitch, and then
no,
they
no,
put the
no.
number.
This was like, call me artist. This was more intentional. So I went and I wrote my. So I also connected to one artist from France.
Okay.
He saw my name on the street, and that's how graffiti artists connect when they see each
See, this
other's
is all
name
too
on the.
fascinating now.
Yeah,
So this French
it's
guy.
like a Facebook but it's on the street.
Wait, what is this website called?
Nothing. No, it's real.
How?
Like
You write
go,
crime and you could go anywhere, right? You
because
could go
see,
away to like, I don't
yeah,
know, Latur, you could
yeah,
go away
yeah,
to Maddur, Mandya,
yeah,
wherever in Bang, wherever.
yeah,
How did he find you?
yeah. So that time I was Facebook was new. It was newly introduced, so I had made an account
Called?
crime or graffiti or something.
Okay.
Yeah, so there was a graffiti group actually. There was a community on Facebook called Graffiti something, Mumbai Graffiti Artists or something.
Lovely.
So we were a part of it. So he came and he was like, hey, I saw these names, crime, this, that. Who's this guy? So I messaged him. So that's when
Lovely.
I got little bit insights of how they do it in their city.
So you've gone there and you've painted this and you've written crime.
Yeah.
Now this guy is with you.
Yes.
I'm assuming he's also called something, right?
Yeah.
What is his name? Like, whatever.
Oh shit, I forgot his name.
Let's assume his name was
Yeah.
Master Gogo.
Yeah, he wrote his crew's name. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
imagine.
Gogo, huh?
So did you and him have an argument on saying, oh no, we'll write crime? No, he said,
No,
let's write
everybody
crime
writes
Master
the name.
Gogo. Then at least that's why I call him Master Gogo. I'm just saying. How does that
Everybody
work?
writes their name or their crew's name.
What is his crew's name? You don't remember?
No, something in French, so that's why I don't remember. But there were others, like there was another friend also, Indian friend.
He was with you.
Yeah, who used to write.
You always have this one random guy with you.
Yeah, I mean, we always connect, right? Like as artists, like we were like a small group.
He's not a random guy.
He was an artist. Yeah,
Ah,
yeah. He was an artist as well. He like when we started doing graffiti and we started communicating on the Facebook group. We started to meet
Community.
each other and be like, हाँ अच्छा मैं अकेला नहीं हूँ तू भी कर रहा है हाँ सही है अच्छी बात because we're just small, like we didn't even know, like this didn't exist, like we didn't know how to learn about it, how to ask, whom to ask, what is going on.
Was the French guy helpful?
Yes, he was very helpful. He had a diary and like I still know him, like
is he in France or is he in Mumbai?
no, he's in Canada now, and
Okay.
yeah, he's become a very good artist.
Lovely. So
But
this is fantastic, right? So I'm just fascinated by the fact that you picked this up at the right time of when Facebook started.
yeah, even before
You picked it
that-
up before, but I'm
yeah.
saying the meeting of the two worlds.
Yes.
It's almost hybrid,
yes,
right?
yes.
It's hybrid. So
Yes,
you've gone
yes, definitely.
viral on the internet. You've painted this box, and then what? How did the papers pick it up?
So now the thing is that I wasn't known. I was just known from my name. Other people also claiming it. Ki, oh, I've done it. Oh, this is so cool. I've done it. So I was just happy because I didn't come from that. I didn't need your validation to do it.
That's what
again.
you said. Yeah.
So I didn't come from that. I was like, okay, fuck it. No, if you all wanna claim it, it's okay. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
mind. Everybody knows who's done it.
It's funny because you say your name was crime, and the
Yeah.
people actually doing the crime were people stealing your intellectual property.
Yeah. But it's it's
That's insane.
it was funny, but
Yeah. So hold on. So then what happened? Did somebody take a picture, put it up? How did you take ownership of it?
I didn't take ownership of it.
Till date you haven't?
No, because there was 1.50 lakh rupees fine.
Oh.
So I.
Was it IRCTC who did it? No, that's the website where
Yeah, I
you book
mean,
train
it
tickets.
said there
What
was
is
a
the railway
2-page
thing called?
article, bro. So obviously,
What
it
did the
said-
article say?
The article said that there's a graffiti gang and we are like terrorists, and there's 1.50 lakh rupees fine for whoever's done it. So and
Listen,
people
we're
will
keeping-
catch them soon and stuff like that.
We're going to keep this on the podcast. It's factually right.
Yeah, it's factually right.
They called you terrorists
Yeah.
for making a fucking painting.
Yeah. They were like graffiti gangs. These people like.
What is
you
their
can go-
problem? But also you wrote crime. You didn't do
Yeah.
anything. I mean,
Yeah, I mean the thing was that it's vandalism because it's going against their design aesthetic. I guess I don't know, like the way they have
Yeah.
made the trains to
Is it a
look
local train
sober.
that you
Yeah,
painted?
local train.
what is the color of the local trains in Bombay?
That time it used to be like purplish, pinkish, like and
Which is quite good.
yeah.
Looks like a fun color.
Yeah, I mean to work on, yes, but they
Yeah.
don't like it, and
Okay, so you painted this.
uh,
They said fine. They
Yeah.
couldn't catch you.
no, of course they couldn't catch me because I didn't claim it and put it on my internet. But
Thank God.
I also we were kids, dude. We were like 18 and all. So
Yeah.
I thought this is dangerous. and maybe I shouldn't be doing it, but then I changed my name to Zake,
After crime.
after crime. Yeah.
Because of that, you change your name to
Yeah,
Zake.
because I was like, I didn't want to do this.
Where does Zake come from?
So Zake, basically Jake the American Dragon was a cartoon,
Okay.
and he used to save the world in the night, and
Okay.
by becoming a dragon,
Right.
and by the day he was a normal kid. So I used to feel like this superhero, go in the night, do my
Lovely.
stuff. Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's also when I
Lovely.
realized how much limit there is. Like I still have like a different name if I'm doing something, illegally. Like
Yeah, what is your name there?
no, I can't say that.
I was trying to get in the spot. I was kidding. Of course you would. Thank
Yeah,
God you didn't
so-
say it. Yeah.
I mean, that's what, like, I changed the scene here by painting in the day, I was like,
Lovely.
what is this night stuff,
Got it. Also, from what
Yeah.
I gather from whatever you're saying, it looks like be it that little boy, or be it the cat that you spoke about, or be it the train
Yeah.
compartment that you painted,
Yeah.
it looks like you've also got a lot of love and support for the things you are doing. Every time I travel around the world, or every time I visit this city, it fascinates me the kind of beautiful things that people have done on
Yeah.
the walls,
Yeah.
artists like you, the community in general, and I think it just adds character
Yeah.
to the city.
Definitely. Yeah.
So what you're technically doing is you're adding to the flavor of the city. You're making it prettier.
Yeah.
It could just be a wall, or you could just do something nice on it. So are you now working with the government as well to make things happen?
I did a couple of projects with the
What a
government.
lovely story,
yeah,
man.
I did a couple of projects in Indore, like for like Clean India and stuff like that.
What a lovely
Yeah.
story.
There is pushback also. It's not like there is no pushback.
Sure.
In terms of style, like say for example, they don't know what we are doing. So they're like, kya, it's like, it's irritating.
Hmm.
But I know now, I put my headphones and it's all, like.
And what's it been like? Do people walk up to you now and tell you how they loved something? Do you have a group that gathers around and watches you paint? What's it like now?
Yeah, I mean, like, there are always audience, like there is a audience.
There is.
Yeah, definitely. When I paint, because it's very surprising for them to see like someone doing everything with the spray can. Like they're like, oh, like this is magic. Like,
So Zeke, tell me, do you today do graffiti on walls for aesthetically making people around, or rather surroundings around you pretty, or do you do them with an element of, I'm going to send out a message?
no, I mean, I do it because I love it.
Lovely.
Yeah, I don't even think about it. Is aesthetically like going to enhance the, no matter what, even if you like throw paints on the wall, it's still going to look better than a broken wall, or
Lovely.
a wall that is, spat on, or, like I have seen shady places getting like people coming there and shooting TikTok videos,
Hmm.
the place that nobody gave a fuck about, like the place that nobody really even like, समझ रहा है, मतलब उधर कोई खड़ा भी नहीं रहेगा, that
समझ
kind
गया
of
मैं.
place, and अभी people chill there. So
That's awesome, right?
yeah, that's awesome, because I feel they're accepting that spot, they're
Yeah.
accepting the place around them,
What are you up to these days?
I am jumping mediums actually. Like I have been doing graffiti now, so I thought, oh, let's try tattooing.
Lovely.
And then I started tattooing. I'm also like writing songs, like thoda rap music.
Can you rap for us a little bit?
Yeah, I got myself undercover till the guards pass. There's no turning back, keep calm and relax. The night gets dark as you're feeling unsafe. How will people know you if you don't write your name? The name that can take you to the darker side of life. Painting on the walls, once upon a time. They saw, they followed, they made me run so fast. I've been smoking blunts, but the fun doesn't last. Haters keep on hating, so the love stays constant. People do respect when I'm out on an outrun. Never been a punk, never scared of the bullies. Shoot your finger up and say fuck the police. Well, I pick up the cans and I'm bombing them. Spending couple days on the street, I ain't stopping. And I realize the fact that I always think a lot. But if I miss this, I'ma miss the last shot. See, this is the life of a writer, a violent criminal in the eyes of the cider. Survived the life with a few ups and downs, punch dressed like a fighter, straight to the ground. This was my first graffiti rap. Yeah, and
Wow.
yeah.
Well done. Well
you.
done. We're actually clapping for you. Listen, why fuck the police? Poor
I
guys.
used to. Nah, that,
now you
yeah,
don't.
now you
Ah,
don't.
that's
Nah,
your
friend the
first
police,
song.
friend the police. Yeah,
Now
yeah,
poor
yeah.
and the Kamble Tambe is going.
No.
How do you
Friend
say
the
in,
police,
how do you say in Marathi? What did I do?
I said fakta, na, in Marathi.
Fuck. Okay, sorry. See, this is the problem. Bangalore boy and Maharashtra. Okay, see, man. So now you've become a rapper.
Yeah,
You
no,
also-
I'm not, yeah.
Yeah,
I
no,
am, yeah, I am.
You
I am,
are.
I am actually,
You are, bro. You're a graffiti artist. You're a rapper.
yeah. I'm a multidisciplinary artist, bro.
Correct. You
Yeah.
also beatbox.
Yeah, a little bit.
Do that also for us.
Okay, fuck it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome
I do it
to
in the toilet, so.
welcome to Zake's talent show. Next, he's going to put a needle right through one nostril and pull it out through the other. Okay, so you also do tattoos.
Yeah.
So you
that's
done,
a tattoo.
is that tattoo
Yeah,
yours?
I tattooed myself. This is my first tattoo. Like, big ups to like iron bars.
Is it
and
N for Neha?
Big ups to like, huh?
Is it N for
No,
Neha?
it's a Z for.
Oh, I'm seeing it from this side, bro. It looks like N.
Oh shit, yeah. I gotta cover it up.
No, I'm kidding. Okay, so you did a Z on your own name.
Yeah, I mean that's.
What
yeah.
is your real name though?
No.
Shit, we've been
I
speaking
was-
for more than 1 hour. What is your real name?
My real name is Prathamesh. Prathamesh Gora.
And then you went Zake. Okay.
Yeah.
So now you did a tattoo for yourself.
Yeah.
Has that got people trusting you to do it on them as well?
It got me. It's my confirmation that I can tattoo.
So a lot of people are coming to you
A
now.
lot of people were already ready to get tattoos from me because they saw my art and they're like, Zake, tu karega na to hi main tattoo kar.
Wow.
Yeah, so after that, you know, I did a lot of like first tattoos, at least like 40-50 first tattoos, and I was like, oh shit, you know, I didn't even know.
Do you tell people to run away if they want like yin and yang or dolphins?
No, because it's
Stars on their
money
ankles?
after all. Like,
Do whatever they want.
Yeah, I mean, like I like originality. I like when my original art gets on the body. But some people come with that. You know, like they were. I want
I know.
this. Yeah, I want this. So I was like, okay, you want this? Like,
Sure, take it.
Yeah, take it.
That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
So tattoos, beatboxing, rapping, graffiti. Dude, you're really one man and many things. You're literally like a canvas on which you could paint anything, and you are that painting. What's the big dream?
The big dream is that I mean, I want to express as much as I can. I want to represent again, like after the German thing, right? I got a chance to represent India outside, like in a graffiti festival.
Wow.
Like this, to go out and actually see your name on, you know, the list of artists. It's like NH7 Weekender, but like it's different. It's like Latin America's biggest graffiti festival.
Yeah.
And your name is on the lineup and you can see the flag and then you're like, oh shit, you know, this is what. So I represented India twice in Brazil.
Lovely.
And yeah, I got sponsors like to go there and, you know, like do my stuff. And so I want to do that more, you know, and I want to bridge that gap between like all forms of expression. You know, it's like I'm learning rap because sometimes I can't say what I want to say in a graffiti.
Right.
You know, and it's the other way around. So it's like a whole. I want to bridge the gap between all the forms of expression. Like all these are just you are an artist. You know, and I want people to know that you are an artist and you can express in any way you want. It doesn't matter like if it's a paintbrush or a spray can or a mic or, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. I mean, we wish you all the very best.
Yeah,
Keep
thanks.
making, art greater. Keep, literally, art has no boundaries.
Yes.
And when there is a boundary, there's Zake doing a painting on it.
Yeah. Yes.
Right? There's graffiti. Thanks for taming me and thanks for such a fun conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Zake. Look him up on Instagram. What's the handle?
Zake_India.
There you go. He's got an India in his name and he's here making all of us proud with his art. Also follow me. I just make my family very happy by earning money for them. My name is Danish Sait and thank you very much for being a part of this podcast. Do what
Thank you,
floats your
thanks so
boat. This is an incredibly inspiring story and we hope that you follow and do what floats your boat as well. This is brought to you by boAt in association with IBM Podcast. Thank you so much, Zake.